Yeah, boy. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is your friend Cartman. In today's video, we got some awesome replays to share with you guys from this last raid weekend. Now, after the October update, we saw Dragon Cliffs go from the hardest district to two-shot to now being one of the easiest districts to two-shot, which is really incredible in just one update to have that big of a shift in the dynamic here. And that's mainly because of the all-new Super Miner troop, along with some of the defensive nerfs that were done in the clan capital. Now, guys, let's take a look at this army comp so we can see exactly how you can be shredding Dragon Cliffs with the Super Miner. All right, and this is nothing fancy, guys. It's going to be 10 Super Miners. We got the 2 Frost spells and 1 Lightning spell to round it out, guys. You can bring in some other troops for funneling if you want, but really, the 10 Super Miners is all you need. And look at this, guys, with this army comp, a one-shot on Dragon Cliffs. Yes, we're going to lead in with the one-shot. Now we're going to place our first Frost spell along this Dragon Post and the single Inferno. The next Frost in the core on the Blast Bow. We're going to use that Lightning for our funneling, taking out that trash building. And the key here, guys, is you want to place all 10 of those Super Miners like a complete noob. You want to place them all in one spot and just let the Super Miners work. And as you can see here, when you have all the Super Miners down together, they're able to instantly pop up out of the ground, one-shot those defenses, and go back underground before these defenses or the Super Dragons can target them. And as you can see, they're just working through this base so quickly, guys. They're approaching the Frost area. And you can see the single Inferno cannot do anything to them because the beam unlocks as soon as they go into the ground. The Blast Bow is already down. These Super Dragons are now frozen in this Frost spell. They can't do anything. And these Super Miners, just look at them go. We are shredding the core of the base. The Super Dragons are pathing beautifully here to the left. And now we're going to get fortunate here after the District Hall goes down because our Super Miners are actually going to split a little bit. Now, it's not always what you want, but in this instance, it worked out great for us. We have a group of Super Miners that went to the top side right around 10:30. They're taking out those trash buildings around that Super Dragon Post, and then they're going to move to the right to take out the defenses at 12 o'clock. There's probably 4 Super Miners over there, maybe 5. And we have another similar group down here on the left-hand side doing great work. And you can see how many Super Dragons are chasing these Super Miners on the top right-hand side. There are 4 Super Dragons after those Super Miners. They're going to clear out that entire side, distracting all the Super Dragons, while our Super Miners are clearing out this core to the left along this mountain chain. And you can see, guys, we're already in the mid-80s. We've taken out most of this base. We have a few trash buildings, and we have 1 critical area to go through with that last remaining Super Dragon Post and that little cluster of buildings. Right here you can see our trail as the Super Miners dig their way toward these last defenses. And guys, the Super Miners are just too fast. This Super Dragon cannot lock onto them. You can remember from the balance changes that now the Super Dragon takes a second longer to lock onto its targets. And we're going to use that to our advantage. Let these Super Miners go through here, guys. And that is how you're going to one-shot Dragon Cliffs. Yeah, boy, I never thought I would see a one-shot on Dragon Cliffs. That is crazy. All right, guys, next up, we've got a 2-shot on Dragon Cliffs. And this is more typical of what you're going to see, but this is a lot more of an upgraded Dragon Cliffs. Again, I like that Lightning spell to take out that trash building. We're going to use the exact same Frost deployments on this first hit right here in the core on that Dragon Post, the single Inferno, and then along this Blast Bow. Now we've got all the Super Miners down. We're going to let them get to work just like before, guys. And I mean, this is such an easy attack. If you're not using it, guys, please use the Super Miner and abuse it until Supercell nerfs it. I mean, it will be getting nerfed because it is completely just so broken and overpowered right now. I mean, you can literally place these troops down and then go do something else around the house and come back and get your 1 or 2 shot. As you can see just how quickly this single Inferno is going to go down as these Super Miners are just doing work. Once these dragons get into this Frost spell, they cannot do anything. It's going to take them forever to get across here. And it's pathing almost identical to the hit before. You can see just how beautiful they path through here. You get those super dragons there in the core where they cannot attack your super miners, and you're guaranteed to get a huge percentage on this first hit. Now we're going to have our super miners aren't going to split this time, which is more typical of what they would do. They go to this super wizard tower, start pathing down here toward the south, toward this next single inferno. You can see we're already at 50%, and I'd say we probably have most of our super miners still alive, guys. Now, there are some traps in here, some zap traps that are going to do some damage. And we do have the super dragon here, quite a few defenses. So that's going to start taking its toll on a few of these super miners. Because the super dragons, once they do lock on, they do a lot of damage. And so the whole key is just keeping the super dragons away from your super miners. That's why it's more critical to use your frost where super dragons are or where they're going to be pathing instead of the actual defenses. They can just do so much more damage that way, guys. And you can see right here, we are over 60%, still doing some nice work there. Get up to 65%. We'll take that on the first hit every time, guys. 7,000 capital gold in the coffers. Now, our second hit, we're going to just place our 10 super miners down this bottom left-hand side. I used the lightning just to zap out a trash building there for pathing to make sure we get in these defenses quicker. And I'm just holding on to these frost spells. I don't think we actually need them right here, but we're not going to be greedy. We're going to go ahead and use them. I could have done something pretty sweet and brought like 7 jump spells for these super miners, but they don't really need that. So we're going to use that frost on the first super dragon post. Just make sure we get through here. We want to try to maximize that bonus capital gold. And so our goal here is to obviously try to keep as many super miners alive, since we don't have that much base to get through. Easily get through that area. All the super dragons are in that frost area. We're just going to place the frost. I think I'm going to hold the frost until the very last super dragon post, guys. We probably could have placed it there at 10:30. Might have been a little better, but it really doesn't matter. We have so many super miners, and they're not taking any damage from any of these troops or defenses, guys. And that is just a devastating 2-hit on a very maxed out Dragon Cliffs. And you can see we lost no super miners. The full bonus. All right, guys, I've got one more replay to show you. It's another pretty upgraded Dragon Cliffs, and this is a little different layout. It's a custom layout. It's not that generic one, but I'm going to show you it's pretty much the exact same plan, guys. Again, the lightning on the trash building. We set our pathing. We've got 2 frost spells in the core here, guys, and we're just going to set our super miners all together on this right-hand side. Let them start powering through these defenses and work their way up toward the single inferno and that next super dragon. Now that next super dragon's a little bit on the edge of the frost. It's going to be able to do a little bit of damage here on our super miners, unfortunately, but we're still going to be able to get some nice value. So you just got to be patient here. Let those super miners work through here. And you can see just how powerful they are. Now, there's a lot more defenses here in this core, so it's going to take us longer to get through all these. And that is causing our super miners to take a lot more damage, guys. We are not getting anywhere near the high percentages like we were on that first hit. Only climbing to around 30%, guys. So that's, ouch. That is hard for us to stomach. We still have a lot of base left, but we got a lot of capital gold for only 33%. Everything we took out was very high target and hit points. So we're going to use our next frost on the blast bow with that super dragon post. That is huge value. Now we got our super miners working to the left-hand side. Take out these trash buildings, start working their way up toward that super dragon post and that blast bow. We want to get the blast bow taken out as quickly as possible. And right here, guys, you're just being patient. You're just watching your super miners. You can read a book. You can do your taxes, whatever you got to do right now. You can see once they get into this frost area, your super miners are protected very nicely. Pardon me. They're going to be able to get through this blast bow here without any problem and start pathing their way up toward that district hall here in just a second. We do have that one trash building there in the middle of the base we got to get taken out. You can see our Super Dragons are spread out just a little bit. That's okay. We're going to use our next frost on that district hall where that Super Dragon post is. So Super Dragons that are behind will also get slowed down as they approach that area. We've got our Super Miners now working through. The district hall is a little annoying because of the high hit points. It allows those Super Dragons to kind of catch up when they're chasing your Super Miners. So you got to be a little bit cognizant of that when you're placing these spells down. But right here, this attack has not really went exactly the plan. The Super Miners have spread out a little bit, but you can see just how powerful they are. It really doesn't matter. We have a whole army of Super Dragons attempting to catch up with these super speedy Super Miners, and it is just, they cannot even get there. Look at that, guys. By the time they almost catch up, it's time to turn around. Where'd the Super Miners go, guys? Oh, there they are. Nope, I don't know. Yep, there you go. Just trash buildings left, guys. They are going so fast through the trash. And this is going to be another nice 2-hit on Dragon Cliffs. So if you haven't used the Super Miners yet, you're struggling on Dragon Cliffs still, this is the easiest way, guys, to shred those bases and maximize that capital gold. All right, guys. Hope you have a good raid weekend. Until next time, clash on, my friends.